just wanna be her, for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hands up, please.
53, Mike.
Hey. Nice.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Head.
Kill. What's the ad?
Check. Regular.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 53. I'm coming.
And Dalton to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
Check. 180. 52. Word alert.
You. Check. Six guys.
Now Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Cleveland.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch tight end. 3 down. Hey, check.
Mayfield to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First down.
Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins.
180. 52 right here. Right here.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. Seibert's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
16 yards, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually up to about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
23 yards on the play. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check. Lucky. Pistol.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Hey, Johnny's right. Real. Point it right. Look 3.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down.
Good. 20. 52. Watch the flag. Check 52. You go tight. You got it.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check pass.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Cleveland.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And Mayfield just getting the play off. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
I know it takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hurry!
3rd and long for Mayfield. And he's going to go down again.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mixon with a 1st down carry. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a 1st carry for Giovanni Bernard. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Throwing. Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here you go, can. Out. 6-6, pull it high.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now left side on the swing pass. And some room to work. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tighten up, tighten up. Real.
Final play of the half. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, switch gears.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hands up! Watch, heavy. Shit! He's coming! We got double up.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Regular. Check back. Sponge. No. 368. Wide. Get wide.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Slam.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, Nixon, and an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 45, up.
Now Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Hey.
Check 37. Check 37. Say. Check 1.
They'll run on first down. Nixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Turn up. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Blue draw Corkers.
The mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Geno Atkins in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Check. He's coming.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
25, check 25, check 25. Shoot. I got it.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Cleveland.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Chubb running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Geno Atkins, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
3rd and long.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to look deep down the field and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 49-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Dalton. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
We're good.
On 3rd down, Mixon, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
The Browns' drive about to get started. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Mayfield now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Hunt. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield now. It's caught by OBJ. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, Cleveland.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
A gain of 2.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Mayfield with it once more. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Mayfield finding Beckham, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
From the red zone now, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth.
16, Bengals 14.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Dalton gives to Bernard. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Cleveland, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.